Hi, this is Matthew Robert Payne, and this is a Comprehensive Prophets Manual, and this is chapter 41, and this is called Hearing Jesus Speak, and all these videos will be available on a playlist called a Comprehensive Prophets Manual, and you'll be able to watch them in order. Well, part of being called to be a prophet is having the ability to hear Jesus speak. And uh, it's a really precious thing to be able to hear Jesus speak. It's really valuable and alarmingly uh, beneficial, alarmingly precious, like I've just said, to hear Jesus speak. He's a tremendous friend of mine, and I've got one book called Jesus Speaking Today, and that's a exciting little book with Jesus speaking about different subjects, and it's not as popular as I thought it could be, but people who read it enjoy it, and it's got plenty of reviews. But I've got a book called uh, um, Conversations with God, and I've got three books: Conversations with God, Book One, Book Two, and Book Three, and they're a lot more popular than Jesus Speaking Today. But um, I, I've seen there's a number of books that you can get. Adam Hooge, Houge, has got a number of books where Jesus speaks, and they're very comforting. There was a best-selling book that sold millions of copies called Jesus Calling, and that's a book with Jesus speaking, and I like to read that book from time to time. Um, Jesus' words are very comforting. He's a really beautiful person, and he's a beautiful God. And just calling him a person doesn't seem right sometimes, but we're fortunate that we've got a God that was made flesh, and we've got a human God who we can serve and we can follow, and he's lived the human condition before. He's seen attractive girls before and had thoughts of lust. He's had thoughts of not turning the other cheek and not loving and not forgiving, and he's had all different thoughts of temptations that we've all had, and he was able to fight the temptations himself and overcome them, which makes him a real personal God, and it's so beneficial to talk to him and relate to him. So Jesus wants to speak to you. He wants to develop a relationship with you. He wants the relationship to be intimate. He wants the relationship to be deep and meaningful. He wants to say sweet nothings to you, and have a light conversation with you. Plus, he wants to have deep and impactful conversations with you. He wants you to be his friend. He wants to share the deep things of the Bible with you. He wants you to take on his mind and feel his heart for the world, feel his heart for your church, feel his heart for people that you interact with. He wants you to carry his heart and his emotion for the people that you interact with and the church that you're part of and the state that you're part of and the country that you're part of. He wants you to know how he feels uh, and carry his message to the world and for you to be his ambassador to the world. Jesus not only wants to speak to you, but he wants to share his life with you. He wants to uh, walk beside you. He wants to walk hand in hand with you and share your life's experience with himself. He wants to love you and nurture you and guide you and direct you. And he wants to show you insights and revelations in the Word of God. And he wants to speak to you and encourage you and lift you up and encourage you into greater things. He wants to transform you. He wants to enlighten you. He wants to uh, keep you guessing. He wants to keep you striving. He wants to keep pushing you further and attracting you to go further. Uh, Jesus wants to communicate with you and share with you his innermost thoughts and his thoughts about your nation and your church and individuals in your country that he's got a heart for. He's got a heart for Bill Gates, even though Bill Gates seems to be in the hands of the Illuminati. He's got a heart for Mark Zuckerberg, even though Mark Zuckerberg seems to be in the hands of the Illuminati. He's got a heart for the Illuminati and the people who control the world. He's got a heart for your enemies. He's got a heart for the people who are trying to bring in the New World Order. He's got a heart for everybody. He's got good feelings and good thoughts towards most people in the world. And he longs to bring the world a message through you. And so he wants you to grow accustomed to hearing his voice. He wants to model and fashion you into a person who can carry his voice and share his heart with the world. And he wants to speak to you and encourage you and lead you to be his spokesman on the face of the earth. Um, Jesus wants to impact people through you. He wants to use you as his hands and his feet. He wants to use your resources uh, to bless people and encourage people. He wants to speak to you and guide you into all truth. God bless.